Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? This is John Mason. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, and that is a time we pay our respects to all the women in our lives, our mothers, and our wives, and our girlfriends, and our sisters, and every other woman we come across. Happy Mother's Day, ladies. And if we want the best for the women in our lives, we must protect their reproductive rights. There are all these states going around that places the most onerous restrictions on abortions. Like, you can only have an abortion after so many weeks before you even know, the woman even knows that there's a fetus inside of her. And you remembered Katie Britt, the senator from Arkansas, who had this very bad case of ham acting after Biden's State of the Union address. Is that the best the Republicans can do? Well, anyway, she has this bright idea of a database. She's proposing this bill that would establish a database for all women who are pregnant. Hello, 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 John Mason. How is everybody? Hope you're all well. Well, the Republican National Convention has come and gone. And it was the scariest freak show like you wouldn't believe. First off, there are these celebrities that kind of faded from the scene. I won't put them down for that, but we got Amber Rose. She had a page on OnlyFans, and before the convention, she talked about how Trump is this big, strong daddy figure, an alpha male. Yes, I am laughing. And she praised him for being this strong figure and all. In front of this convention full of people who are hardcore racists and neo-Nazis. Yep, those types found a home in the Republican Party. And this woman of color, a biracial woman, is standing before them praising Trump, and they still hate her guts. And there's a story about the opening night of the convention where this Indian woman who practices the Sikh religion. It's a religion in India, which, if I understand, combines the elements of Hinduism and Islam. She gave the opening prayer, and this Sikh woman gave the opening prayer for this convention full of Christian nationalists. And they didn't react to it very well, to say the least. And of course, Senator Tim Scott gets all smiley facey, the senator from South Carolina, go happy and smiley facey in front of the convention of white supremacists and, like I said, neo-Nazis. And his hopes to be a VIP, vice president, were dashed because Trump chose J.D. Vance, who only served 2 years in the Senate from Ohio, as his running mate. An old story of job discrimination. The good job always goes to the less qualified white guy. All his brown nose and Uncle Tom and didn't do Scott one bit of good. That's another thing about the Republican Party. they try to they put out these false efforts to show how diverse they are, and talking about unity, while at the same time appealing. The propaganda appeals to the most racist, bigoted, anti-Semitic, homophobic, sexist elements in our country. I mean, you can't have it both ways. I'm now thinking about the so-called autopsy after the 2012 election when Obama beat Mitt Romney. And in this autopsy of the Republican Party kept saying that the party has to appeal to people of color and minorities, but they tossed that idea aside in favor of continuing this keeping up the scare about Sharia law of coming to Hazleton, and campaigns against learning Spanish, because let's face it, kids, we're not the only country on the planet. Some people just like to think so, and they're too lazy to learn foreign languages. Anyway, you can't have it both ways. And so don't buy it one little bit that they're diversifying. And getting back to freak shows, we get Hulk Hogan! You know, the superstar from WWE. Tearing off his shirt like he's back in WrestleMania tangling with Andre the Giant. It's like he was getting his old glory back. And of course, misogyny was in full force. J.D. Vance has advocated making it more difficult for women to get divorces. You know, campaigning for ending no-fault divorces, so as women can get out of an abusive marriage. And he opposes that, stay together for the kids. But how are the kids going to benefit from watching daddy beat the snot out of mommy? I mean, if daddy can beat up mommy, the kids aren't safe either. And there were reports that Hogan was kicked out of WWE because he said racial slurs, said the N-word to another wrestler. And don't tell me that the Republican Party anymore is not all about Trump worship. I'm very suspicious about that, all the hype going around about Trump and an unfortunate incident in Butler, Pennsylvania, where some 20-year-old kid, all of us carried this AR-15, an assault rifle, up on top of the roof so everybody could see him, and people kept calling out to the police and the Secret Service, hey, there's a guy on the roof with a gun. But they don't try to stop him. He shoots. Well, the local police tried to get on the roof to bring him down. But the kid fires up his rifle, and a couple of people were wounded, and fortunately was this. What the fatality was, this firefighter who left a wife and kids, who passed away. May his memory be a blessing. And Trump, from all reports, It didn't look like the bullet grazed him. It's just a shard of glass from the teleprompter cut him in the ear. And all of a sudden, instead, and of course, the Secret Service piles on top of him. But instead of keeping him hunkered down, so in case of another shooter, they let him get on his feet, raise his fist, and scream, "Fight! Fight! Fight!" Instead of keeping him hunkered down. They let him do that. That's very suspicious. And the day after that, he goes golfing, and there's no patch on his ear. And all through the convention, he's got this big wad of gauze patch to his ear. And so all his disciples in the convention got a big wad of gauze pasted to their ears. Definitely a cult. Definitely a cult. And the news media is always soft pedaling this, everything negative that Trump does and says. They act like this. Trump's acting up again. What I expect. And focusing too much on what's wrong with Biden. There's nothing wrong with Joe Biden, as far as I'm concerned, that every other person goes through in this country. Joe Biden is not a convicted felon. He's not a rapist. He's not a racist. He's a good family man who's, last time I checked, hasn't paid off a porn star for an affair. In other words, a good, decent man whose administration has undid the damage that the Trump administration has caused. Trump acted as if COVID was no big deal. A hoax, a new hoax, and calling it the China virus that so's to, as a bit of a racial slur, and mocking mask mandates, and his disciples terrorizing people who put masks on or stores who sell masks. And Biden has far improved the economy. The Dow Jones Industrial Average has been going sky high under Biden. Of course, I'm more concerned about the well-being of the working people trying to earn a living. That's our main focus. That's the economy's should be the economy's main focus. Seeing how the people on the street earning a living, how they do. Are they doing any better? And we are respected once again in the world. We have a president that we can be proud of. During the Trump administration, we were treated like a pathetic basket case of a country. With our president being beholden to Putin and Xi and Kim Jong-un and other foreign despots, because he wants to be a despot himself. Americans, you've seen the convention. You've heard, I'm sure, parts of his after convention speech where he just drone. He talked a good game of unity at the start, then went rambling off about everybody he hates and everybody persecuting him for things that he's done. This sorry ass excuse of a man cannot be allowed anywhere back in the White House. And never mind the news media. Donald Trump is a danger to this country. And Joe Biden is a good, decent man whose administration has brought forth a lot of great things. So, on November 5th, Get over there to your friendly neighborhood voting station and vote. As I say, vote straight blue all the way through. So to make damn sure that Joe Biden's reelected, Donald Trump is crushed once more, and the Republican Party be defeated all the way through. Maybe, just maybe, the Republican Party can pull back and reassess itself seriously and go back to being a responsible right-of-center party. But I'm not betting the ranch on it, son. Get out there and vote November 5th. And at Project 2025, the delusions of the Heritage Foundation make damn sure that never gets implemented, that stays merely the fever dream of the hallucination of some deranged mad scientist. Okay, I'm all talked out now. And now advertisements. All this work I do, this podcast, my blog, my poetry, my YouTube channel, all my work is work. And it's work, and and I shell out money for it. And I believe I should be compensated for my work. Every worker should be compensated for their work. And hopefully move my work to a higher and higher level. So please get on my website, johnomason.com, and either click the Buy Me a Coffee button or the PayPal button and give what you can so I can keep talking and talk the talk and walk the walk. Hence the John Mason Talk Walk. Thank you. And also there's my novel, Soldier of the Cross, on Amazon.com. It's the story of David Lucas, who, as a young man in the early 60s, is a drunk and a whore chaser and a school bully. He gets in trouble in the army. He comes out of the army a fanatical, born-again Christian, wanting to be a manly man for Jesus. But how he goes about it leads him into trouble. Lots of trouble. Please purchase it and pick it up. I know you'll enjoy it. Soldier of the Cross on Amazon.com. And also, Hemperific is a lovely little CBD product store located on Snyder Avenue on 15th Street in South Philadelphia. There you'll find some of the finest cannabis-infused products. Flour and gummies and candies and lip balm and drinks and hand sanitizer and dog treats. Yep, dog treats. Look them up, please. HemperificLLC.com. Okay. And my beloved career and business coach, Michelle Snow. Michelle is excellent in helping you develop your professional career or small business. Let you know what you're doing right, let you know what you need work on, and help you network with other up-and-coming entrepreneurs and small business people. Please look her up. GrowWithSnow.com. Okay. Alrighty then. I have every confidence that we can pull ourselves together and resist the Trump danger. Trump is bringing with him fascism and racism Fascism in all its forms. Repression of Congress, repression of the news media, repression of all dissent, including us. And turning our own military, our own fellow Americans against us. Don't let that happen. Stop Trump, stop Project 2025, and get out there and vote November 5th. Vote as if your future and your country, your lives depend on it, and your children, because they damn sure do. Okay? On that cheery note, thanks. Shabbat Shalom. Bye.